Today, I'm sitting with Professor Atula Ranasinghe of the Colombo University to discuss an issue that we believe is important in placing it in society in this post-COVID context. These two demands that has been placed by the Free Trade Zone and General Services Employees Union is about a social security allowance for those who retire from employment in the private and the state corporation sector, and the other is about an unemployment allowance for those who are joining the labour force as new labour, and also for those who would be facing a threat to their employment and may lose their jobs in the post-COVID economy. So let me ask Professor Atula Ranasinghe, how do you read these two demands in this post-COVID situation, where the whole global economy is in crisis and we are not out of it, we are also within that crisis?
Yes, it is a challenge because it's an additional work that we are expecting from the successive governments, especially in the post-COVID era. The most of the economic activities are in a downturn, and as a result of that, government's revenue is also now falling down. Now we would have noticed that during the corona period, that's even now, the government has reduced tax collections to a massive amount, so the government revenue has gone down. At the same time, some unexpected additional expenses are also incurred during this period, you already know it. As a result of that, the government budget is now in a deficit. It was already in deficit, but it is a much more severe than what we had before this corona ended. Therefore, it has become a challenge to both the private sector employers and also to the government. However, if you look at it from the workers' point of view, now it has become a very risky venture to be a worker in this country. For that matter, around the world, there are many reasons for that. Therefore, it is actually a sort of a responsibility that is assigning to the state to reduce that risk of being unemployed of the workers, or existing workers and the future workers. It will become a responsibility of the government, state. And it is actually not a new thing for the world. If you go to the European countries, in other developed countries for that matter, there are unemployment benefits. Now, if you read this European Union, this trade union consortiums, their demands to the European Union, one of the requests that are coming up is actually to re-establish most of these subsidy programs to the public, because most from these activities were health and many other things were deducted from their benefits due to the financial crisis. Now they are talking about reinstating. So it is a time thing, though it is a challenge, it's a time.
There is within the urban middle class that I have come across when I put this to them, they tend to feel that this is an impossible thing for any government to take responsibility for. And these new things should not be brought in to burden the economy some more. Either a way out to implement this social security benefit for the retirees and the unemployment benefit for those who are without employment. To have some method of working it out without making it a big burden. Could be a burden to begin with, but is there any possibility of handling it economically?
Well, yeah, it is a burden. It is additional work, especially in this business burden. However, we don't expect that this to happen overnight. It takes, if we start discussion today, it takes some years to establish this. So during this period, we can start in a small manner and gradually it can be expanded. Like ETF funds, they were started in a small manner, but now it has gone on to one of the biggest funds in the Asia. And therefore, that can be done in a gradual manner. We don't expect that tomorrow government should do all these things, but government can initiate. So with the initiation over time, that can be achieved. There is nothing impossible in this world if we strategically think it.
So, what you basically say is that these two demands are justifiable, reasonable, and
In the
then
long run.
in the long run, and also that as a society we have a responsibility to take care of those who have been involved in the economic activities of this country for 25, 30, 35 years of their life. So you see it as a democratic right as well.
Yes, of course.
And for these two demands, then what you propose is let's start discussing and let's start strategizing now. Where do we begin? How do we begin?
So we can have a sort of now this trade union is now already started negotiation. Now they are preparing a sort of documents. So this dialogue will be useful as an eye opener. Because these are sort of new things for our policymakers and our employers. Therefore, I think it is we should start a dialogue. I don't think that we should go for aggressive trade actions asking for that for tomorrow.
So you are proposing an intellectual intervention.
Intellectual intervention, strategic intervention. So we should start that. If you start the dialogue today, it will be successful one day in the future. Everything has done that way. You don't want to start in a biggest way. A small, gradually go on.
So, thank you, Professor, for your contribution. You basically said these are reasonable demands. These should be brought to the negotiating tables, and a discussion around it should be gradually developed. So, inviting everyone who is interested in this discussion to join with us. We close the discussion for today. Thank you.